Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this video is on dividing polynomials. Here we have problem 21 from today's worksheet. And how do we do this? Well, first we look at that p right there, and we're dividing into p to the 4. Well, what's p to the 4 divided by p? That's simply p to the 3. So guys, we're going to distribute that p to the 3 this way. Okay? And so we end up with p to the 4, and we also end up with 4p to the 3. Again, what I did was p3 times p to the 4, and then p3 times 4, 4p3. Okay, so what's the next key step is, remember long division elementary school, the next step was we would always minus, right? And if we're minusing there, don't forget we have to minus there, because that's called distributive property. So notice p4 minus p4 is nothing. That's what we want. And 7 minus 4 is 3p to the 3. What would we do next? Well, we would bring down the next term, right? The next number. So this time we're going to bring down 8p squared. And we start all over again. We start all over again. So notice, guys, I'm going to start with that p. And how does that p divide into that 3p3? We want to match up exactly. Well, that would be a plus 3p squared, wouldn't it? So follow the green here, but I'm going to take that 3p squared times p, and then 3p squared times 4. And we would end up with 3p3 plus 12p squared. Okay, so again, what did we do in elementary school? We have to minus. Notice the 3 minus 3 cancels out. And let's not forget we're minusing here as well. So 8 minus 12 is negative 4p squared. Bring down the next term. And notice there's a negative in front of the 4, right? So remember, that's a common mistake. Got to match it up exactly. So let's go back to gold again. I'm going to do a minus 4p up here. Because, is it minus 4p times p minus 4p squared? And I'm going to take minus 4p times 4 as well. So let's see here. So that gives me minus 4p squared minus 16p. And again, watch this, guys. When we minus, doesn't that become a plus? And that right there become a plus. So notice negative 4 and 4 cancel out. No more p squareds. And we're left with negative 6p. And then, of course, we're going to bring down that negative 34 there. So, guys, I'm going to move up here now. So I have negative 6p minus 34, right? And to match that up, I hope you understand, I'm finally going to do a minus 6. Following the green here, guys, or let's use purple. This minus 6 up here, everybody see that minus 6? Times p is minus 6p. That's what I want. And minus 6 times 4 is minus 24. And again, when I minus, a minus, doesn't it become a plus? And that minus 24 becomes a plus. So notice minus 6 and 6 is nothing, like we want. And finally, we have a remainder over here of negative 10. So what is our final answer? Well, our final answer, and I'll write in purple to the bottom left corner, guys, is we had a p to the 3 plus 3p squared minus 4p minus 6, and we had a remainder of minus 10, so that's a plus negative 10 over, what's our divisor? P plus 4. Okay, so hopefully everything I did is legible and makes sense. Again, I hope you rewind or watch the video again, because I think I'm pretty much speaking clearly at least. And hopefully you can follow along and make sure you understand all the steps. A lot of potential ways to make mistakes, by the way, right? So in class today, I introduced you something I think is really cool and magical called synthetic. So here, notice we have the same exact problem. So how do we do synthetic? Well, what we're going to do is take all of the coefficients here carefully, and constant in that case. And so that would mean we would have a 1, a 7, an 8, a -2, and a -34, right? We'll leave a little space in here, okay? And then we'll put a bar underneath. Okay, so let me just double check my work there again, because my circles kind of messed it up a little bit. So again, we have that 1 and that 7, that's good. And of course the 8 and the -22 and the -34. Okay, so normally it doesn't take this long, but I was just double checking. Now here's the key trick, guys. Look over here in purple. See that p plus 4? Well, the idea is you just ask yourself, what makes this expression go to 0? And the answer is -4, right? -4 plus 4 is 0. So understand that a -4 root is really equivalent to p plus 4 as a polynomial. Okay, knowing that, notice I'm going to put a -4 over there. Here how the process works and follow the goal. The first thing is I always bring down my first number. And then I'm going to multiply right there, okay? And when I multiply, I get a -4, and I put it up underneath the next number. I hope you agree, 7 minus 4, or 7 and -4, is simply 3, isn't it? And this time I'm going to multiply the 3 times -4. And after I do that, I put it back up here. And notice 8 and -12. 8 and -12 is -4, right? And then hopefully you can see the pattern. Let me change colors. But -4 times -4 is a plus 16, right? So I'm going to put that plus 16 up here. And notice -22 and positive 16 is simply -6. And then finally, when I multiply right here, I hope you agree, -6 and -4 is positive 24. And notice, isn't -34 and 24 -10? And then what do we do next is we just ask ourselves, everybody look at the original problem up here that I started racing with. But we ask ourselves, guys, see that P4? Whenever I divide by P, isn't that P3? Well, guess what? This 1, let's come down here, guys. See that 1 right there? That means I have 1 P3, you see? And that 3 means I have a 3 P2. And that -4 means a -4 P. And finally, that -6 is a constant -6. And this remainder is going to be a -10 over my divisor. And remember, my divisor was -4 as a root, but that means p plus 4. Okay, and hopefully you notice my answer should match my answer over here, right? Bottom left corner there. Let's see, p3 plus 3p squared. 3p3, sorry, plus 3p squared. -4p minus 6 is right there, right? -4p minus 6. And of course, my remainder again was -10, wasn't it? So anyways, guys, I hope by watching this video, first of all, you learn how to do a little bit of long division. And hopefully, you also realize that synthetic division actually is a much simpler process once you learn it, and also more efficient, and therefore you're less likely to make mistakes. Until I see you or talk to you again, guys, bye.